team that's hovering around 500. They're kind of similar to last year's team and how they're built, but last year's team at this point was on a losing streak that really capsized its whole season. So we're seeing some resiliency from the guys. We're seeing a little more spirited defensive play. There's some positive signs here. They're kind of log jammed in with a bunch of other teams. What do you make of this start and how the Blues have kind of rallied from what we looked to be a concerning start?
Yeah, I think look at the pluses. I mean, Colton Parayko looks like the guy they hoped he would be. Justin Falk's playing well. Torrey Krug, after not leaving, not wanting to go anywhere, declining his trade, he's looked okay. And the goaltending's been fine. Jordan Bennington's been fine.
Better than fine. Bennington's been excellent.
One mishap behind the net, but that happens. And Joe Hofer's fine. So the goaltending's been fine. Thomas, Kyrou, they've stepped up, started to get their offense going. Braden Shen's got some pressure off him as a captain. He's scored. So there's just some decent vibes. Now, Pavel Buchnevich is about ready to, smash his head against the wall. He's getting frustrated, but
he doesn't struggle with holding himself accountable. I'll give him that.
No,
he's the first to fillet himself.
I was going to mention to him that he was killing him on one of my fantasy hockey teams, but he was so downcast after the last game. He just felt like giving him a hug instead. So, but no, they're in a big pile with a bunch of teams in the NHL's Western Conference around 500. This means they're going to be in the playoff race for a while. They've got some time to see if they can get some traction. Now the next step, Ben Fred's going to be, can they get the Kevin Hayes element, the physical Oscar Sundqvist, get some production from their bottom six, get some goals, and get some consistent work ethic from those groups to get the identity of this team up.
If this season would have started out kind of rolling down the hill, looking too much like last year, I think we'd be talking about, hey, what do they do to try to jumpstart this group, or is this just going to be another lost season? They have pushed back that talk and said, hold up a second, this team has a little more fight, a little more togetherness, a little more defensive prowess. They're buying themselves some time from some people who are ready to hit the panic button. Yeah,
if this team had started badly or poorly, and if Bennington was playing well, and you'd hear other teams sniffing around the Jordan Bennington trail. You're already hearing it a little bit because Edmonton's pretty desperate for a goaltender. There's some teams looking for a goaltender, and Jordan's playing well. So if this team goes the wrong direction, he'll be one of the guys teams look at. It's just if this team does have to go into rebuild. But for now, you put all that talk aside, they're trying to get in the playoffs. That's the goal. Doug Armstrong said we think we can get into that upper tier of the middle tier, the upper point of the middle tier, a realistic goal. They can get into the playoffs, keep this thing moving forward until the young guys come in behind the guys that are here. So that's the goal. It's still available to them. If it goes the other way, then you'll see more scouts showing up at their games as they did last year.
If this team makes the playoffs, it's a successful season. Can we say that? We don't always feel that way about the Blues. Yeah. And I think the Blues and Cardinals, they both are pretty candid about they don't want to just get in, although the Cardinals sometimes make it sound like they do. They value the postseason, what they do once they get there. But we all know what this season is for the Blues. If these guys get in the postseason, that's a success.
It'd be huge. They just want to stay in the chase. They want to be competitive. They want to give fans a reason to come to the games. Keep this thing moving. Build some culture so that when guys come in, the young guys do come in,